if you want to live in a creative way, which will benefit everything in your life, be a better person in your family, be a better, if you're starting a new business, do a better job of starting a new business. It's all the same. I don't really know anything about music. It's more a way of looking at the world and wanting it to be the best it could possibly be and doing whatever it takes to be the best it could possibly be and being true to knowing that no one else knows. I'm not saying I know, but everyone's idea is as valuable as mine. We're all creators.
There's a lot to unpack there, dude.
Yeah, I would argue that he probably meant, instead of saying creators, he probably meant contributors. Because when you look at all of that through the lens of we all want this to be great, so let's all contribute, right? Because creators, and I feel like you divide people into, oh, you're not really a creator, you are, but not really you. But if we're all contributors, like we're all the same.
And you're using creator in what definition or in what sense? Because I took that to be more broad, like not like creator, like you're creating art, but like just by making a decision and eliminating something, you're creating something, whether you are actively engaged in the process of creation or not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because so like you said, like I don't know anything about music, but you'd think like, man, like how? Like you're a producer, right? But he's contributing whatever that is, skill or intuition, whatever it is, to that world where there are creators that are creating music. But if you label everyone in that room as who's a creator and who isn't, just off the back, just on the surface, like he wouldn't be, right? He's just giving an opinion.
Yeah, but he considers himself to be a creator.
I don't know if I said the same thing. Oh, he definitely is a creator, obviously, but I think he's just being humble, right?
Do you think it's forced humility?
Forced humility. I never heard of that term before, but it feels like sometimes you do have to practice humility, so I don't know if that's forced.
What I mean is that there are people who they know that they should be humble, so they say what is humble.
Oh, I don't think so. He seems like a very honest person. He walks without shoes, so yeah, I don't think.
What do you think about the part where he said that that being creative improves your relationship with your family as well?
I mean, I think it's great. I'm exploring that right now because I am starting to discover that I'm too rigid with ideas or the way certain things have to be, like from the business to my everyday life. And I think sometimes at home, not sometimes, but always, I don't need to be like that at home. And being creative allows some flex room, like let's try it this way now, or let's not do what we always do, right?
I think it also helps that if you run into some kind of an issue, like you planned a day with your family and you run into some kind of issue, like you had a flat tire, you improvise and there might be a change of plans. So that could be you being creative with the day, you being creative with the schedule.
Well, is that being creative though? Like going with the flow?
Well, think about what you just said. You're going with the flow and the flow is creative. It's creating, it's like unfolding. So you're
okay. Because I see creative or being creative at the moment is just taking the circumstances and saying like, okay, we're off plans now. Like this is a new plan, and in that moment, you're creating the new plan to continue. Am I saying?
I think you're saying the same thing, but I think you're going into the rigid realm. You're going into like rigid, like structure, and going with the flow is more fluid. It's more like, hey, let's just,
Right.